Is a gentleman who attended Louisiana State University and received an associate's degree in political science. He has been employed with NetGain since 2002 and is currently a senior account consultant as well as a sales team leader for the Little Rock branch. He has received multiple achievement awards such as Top Sales Executive of the Year, Account Executive of the Quarter, and the President and Chairman's Club Awards. He is an active member of SMEI-ARkansas and serves on the board as a director. Please welcome Mr. LaMotte.
Thank you very, very much. They told me to clip this on here. I don't really need one, but I talk very loud. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Good. I like interaction, and that's the way I get my business. Interaction. All right. So we are here today. I'll just tell you a little bit about NetGain, just to open up a little bit. But NetGain is a privately owned company owned by two brothers, Mark Jacobson, which is the CEO, and Jim Jacobson, which is the COO. And basically, we are in 5 markets. We're in Lexington, Louisville, Cincinnati, Chattanooga, and Little Rock. And again, I've been with the company 10 years, just kind of grown up through the ranks. Very successful. I don't like to brag on myself, but this has been very profitable and very rewarding for me in many ways than one. So we're here today to just talk a little bit about how I, in my business, client and prospect contact tips. And basically, it is very, very imperative for me to maintain and maintain contact with clients, because it's typically easier to obtain recurring business and referrals. In my business, client retention, it really matters. How can you stay in touch with your clients and prospects on a regular basis? Well, here's a few, and I use the word, we're calling it tips, but really this is a method and a process for me every day, and it's ongoing. But we utilize a CRM, everybody has one, and that's where we get all of our information from. But this is my main tool that I use every day on a daily basis. It's interesting that I have a couple of clients in here right now, such as Mr. Jim Hayden with Hayden Myron Foster, work with National Bank of Arkansas. So I've already generated some of these things through these tools. But we document everything. If I call Kimberly and I leave her a voicemail, I document it. It's in my CRM. And I know the next time I need to call Kimberly, if it's the next day or a week later. But all phone calls, all of my history is right there, just so that I know when next time I call her, what did I talk about? So that is a main tool for me. We put something in place a couple of years ago, and we all went through it, but it's called SSA Process, setting sales appointments. We actually put a team of marketing development representatives together, and this is all they do. We went through a list of businesses in every market, and we scrubbed that list so much to where we call it NetGain profiled clients. Those gentlemen and that team actually call into those clients. They call in the clients that we've never done business with. They call in the clients that we haven't spoken to in 3 months, 6 months, whatever, in any industry. So they are constantly setting sales appointments for us at the same time. I also utilize my resource, which is a strong resource for me, which is my inside account manager. And her name is Audrey Jordan. Audrey handles every one of my recurring clients, every one of them. She knows them by name. She knows how to treat them. She knows how to price them as well. And basically at NetGain, here in the Little Rock office, we're family. We're a big family. We know each other. Everybody there we've been working with each other for many, many years. We actually do something which is a scheduled weekly internal meeting with sales and service. Our service department, we're about 100 strong, and 40% of them are all technical. But typically, every Monday morning, we do a little weekly huddle so that we can talk about all of our clients. Where are we in? Where are we not in? Who do we get in touch with? Who do you know? What are we going through? What projects are we doing? So that everybody's cohesive and we know what's going on with every one of our clients. Then we send, one pertinent thing that we do is I send relevant information pertaining to their business. Whether it's a quarterly newsletter, we have those. We provide seminars with emerging technology. We sponsor customer events. So that's a big way to stay in contact with your customers and gain more referrals and prospects. We do surveys on every project that we finish up. We want to find out, how did we do? What could we do better? We actually have a customer service portal as well. Our customers can go in and we provide them a password. They can go in and they can research every service ticket there is. They can do knowledge-based research. They can get in touch with us through our dispatch, through anyone in the company. We make ourselves available. So we actually also stay active in my professional and local community. I keep the lines of communication open at all times, whether a client is in or out of the office, busy, sick, traveling, or whether he might just be ignoring me. I've never stopped trying. And also, something I do all the time too is remember special occasions. I remember their birthdays. I remember their kids' birthdays. If I see something in Arkansas business or I see them in the newspaper, I noticed that Jan was on TV, I always just mention something, and I might send them a little note, just congratulating them. And also for a prospect, I always send a written thank you card or a personal email after meeting with them and thanking them for that time. Those are some of the methods and processes that I use for client and prospect contacts. The other topic that we're talking about is happy clients, tactics used to keep clients satisfied. And this is ironic, but I want you to pay attention because I'm going to have a couple of gifts after this, all right? But it's really ironic because NetGain's mission statement is creating happy clients through effective technology. And I typically avoid the word tactics, and like I said, this is an everyday ongoing process for me. So in any industry, your clientele is your livelihood, right? It's your livelihood. All businesses need to acquire clientele as well as maintain positive client relationships. So here's some of the methods that I've used in the past years and what I use today. There's a book that I read, and it's called Let's Get Real or Let's Not Play. It's by SMEI-ARkansas. It taught me some things about helping a client succeed, both of us wanting the same thing. No guessing, the business impact, measurable and quantifiable. Can it be quantified and qualified? Checking your ego at the door. So when I walk into a client, I don't know a thing about them. I don't know their business. I want to know. And I don't know everything. The decision-making process, big process for me. I need to know who signs the contract and who pays the bill. Cost justification. And lastly, really, how can we do business together? Really, how can we do business together? One thing that I really want to touch on is in my business, we actually sit down and we do a little training every month. My COO comes out and visits with our sales team and service team, and we talk about different things. And you touched on it earlier. You said something about, some words that came out were critical and proactive, and one of them was expectations. We found that there are 8 expectations in every one of us, whether it's buying a car or a house or technology solutions or anything. And those are budget, technical performance. This is where we look at the performance measurements of the solution. Don't you want to know the technical specifications of a vehicle? Timeline. When do you expect to move forward with this? Justification. How are you going to justify the expenditure for this? Reliability. Another expectation. That's typically telling you, what's the reliability of the product or the service you're about to provide me? Support. How well does the company provide the solution after the installation is finished? People. Do the people providing the solution to the client have the expertise to install and support the solution? Do the people involved in selling the solution to the client understand this client's expectations? And then lastly, it's probability. This is when the client has been able to answer all the other expectations above, and does the client really look favorable in moving forward in that solution and moving forward doing business with you? Those are the top 8, and when you think about it, there's not any other expectations. And typically when I go into a client, all of my recurring business, all of my prospects, I look at every one of these and ask them that question: what do you expect? I want to know these expectations. In order for me to do business and do business right and make you happy, I've got to fulfill every one of these. Also, I always put my clients first, my clients' needs and expectations first. I always show professionalism, proficiency, integrity, and most of all, trust. Here in Arkansas, I learned, I've lived 30 years in Los Angeles, and here in Arkansas, people do business with who they trust. Offer comprehensive services and products to fit the customer's needs, goals, and/or challenges. I solicit customer feedback on how can I do better. That's a good one. Right, Jim? I bend over backwards to satisfy a dissatisfied customer. Devote time to grow and cultivate your clients' relationships. Keep the lines of communication open whether or not the customer is spending some money. I've got to touch them whether they're talking to me about a project or not. Always treat a customer like I want to be treated. Make sure to have multifaceted client relationships within a business. I just don't want to know the IT director. I want to know the VPs. I want to know the COOs. I want to know the CEOs. I want to be able to have conversations with them, because within a business, things can change. So if I only know an IT director and he's gone, who do I go to? I could lose that business. Do your best to always provide quality and value. If I can't provide you any value, you're not going to do business with me. And I always reward and recognize my customers. We basically do the same thing. We throw a lot of customer events. We do appreciation events. I like the referral dinner. I like that because I do a lot of referrals. And then lastly, always keep my promise. I do exactly what I said I'm going to do. That's it. Any other questions? I have a question. What is NetGain's, and I have two little gifts. What is NetGain's mission statement? What was it? What was it?
Huh?
What was it?
Helping happy clients through technology.
Creating happy clients through effective technology.
Here you go. I got one for you. Let me don't bring that over. You got a Starbucks card. How about that? All right. Can you pass that over? Lastly, what are the 8 expectations? Come on, I need one person. Raise a hand now. Come on. Dick got it? Who's got it? You got it? Okay. What was it? I'm sorry, Dick.
Budget, technical performance, timeline, justification, reliability, support, people, and probability.
Congratulations. Thank you for paying attention, and thank you for listening to me. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. Okay, our last speaker is a member who's currently the sales manager for Archway Graphic Designs, a sign manufacturing company, which also does large format printing, that would be vehicle wraps and banners, and provides promotional items for clients. She oversees the growth of the business by getting new customers as well as retaining their current client base. She attended UALR and instantly gravitated to the marketing area of studies. She has worked with advertising departments for the United Artists Theaters and KTHV, as well as being a sales representative for a radio, newspaper, and a gift company out of Dallas. For a short 5-year period, she even ventured